little cardio warm-up this morning, I think, since we all probably could use that. So what I want you to do is just kind of do a little easy shift in the weight in place, as if you're just kind of like walking in place, doing your own version of a moonwalk. You can do it with just rolling through the balls of your feet and keeping your heels down, or you can march a little bit more. Let me let somebody else in. And okay, and just, you know, kind of get yourself just warmed up a bit. Good morning, Morgan. Good. Now, as we're doing this, I want you to just tap one toe out in front of the other and go at whatever tempo that you want to go. So it's again starting to shift weight. And this is just our little cardio warm up because it's a little chilly. At least we didn't have any ice up here, so I don't think. Now just let your arms push in and out from your chest, nice and easy. Still thinking of just flowing in the movement. Just a gentle push. Good. Just warming legs, body, heart, waking everything up. Good. Now let's just go side to side. So just step and just let your arms swing. Good. Side to side. This music I have doesn't quite have a fast enough tempo, but we'll fake it through it. Good. Now I want you to take your hands to your shoulders and reach up. Up. Now not straight overhead. You can go a little more forward if that's easier on your shoulders. We'll waken up our shoulders as we're getting our body moving. Keep going. I'm going to let somebody else in. All right. Good. Looks great. Wait a minute, I got to get with y'all. Now let your palms push down. So you want to lift your elbows, kind of like chicken wings. Pull them out. That warms up that upper to mid back. Good. Now we're kind of getting everything loosened up. All right, no arms for a second. Let's go back to a tap front and just kind of rest your hands on your hips. Good. Now from tapping forward, pull your abs tight. Now go backwards, just a little tap behind you. It doesn't have to be very far back to get started. It's not a lunge right now. It's just a tap back. And then once you feel like you've got your balance and you're right where you need to be, extend your tap back a little bit more. So you can really extend it and stretch that hip flexor. Okay, that opens your hip. If you've been sitting already this morning, that might feel really good. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, 2. All right, just your easy little march in place again. Now, when you're doing this, think of that chest being open, top of your head to the sky, and your body just walking. Good. Now let's take our hands and let's lift the knee, tapping one at the other. So the opposite hand taps your knee. Good. Now you're bringing the knee to you, not rounding your torso to your knee. Good. A little cardio warm up. Now, if you can, try to turn your toe in slightly and tap the inside of your calf or your ankle or your toe if you can. Just whatever you feel comfortable without rounding your back. Cause you to really lift the knee and turn out, which opens the hips a bit. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Now hands on your hips. Let's curl the foot back. So can you pull it behind you? Keep your knee down and pull your heel towards your seat. You should feel a wonderful pull in the front of your thigh. Now, can you add a hand and see if you can reach back there and tap your heel? Good job. Tap back there. And go at whatever tempo is good for you. We always got a chair nearby if you need it. All right, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just come back to the middle. Shake it out with your walk. A couple of shoulder rolls. Feel a little bit of energy, a little bit of warmth, head to toe. Now let's bring those legs about hip distance apart and breathe out. Oh, we have just created energy. Let's pull it all through our bodies. And exhale. Good. Couple more. One more. Now let's reverse. Pull that energy in. Turn the palms out. Squeeze and press behind you. You want to really open the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades when those arms go out and about. Looks good. Couple more. Big cleansing breath. Lots of exchange of oxygen throughout your body. Let's just do one more. Good. Now, how about a wax on, wax off? Turn to the left and just let your body swirl as you wax off, or imagine you were painting a beautiful wall. Think of your favorite color and just pretend that you're painting that wall. Or if that sounds like too much work, pretend you're standing in the middle of the ocean and you're just letting those waves flow by you side to side. Nice warm beach and ocean sounds good about now, doesn't it? This begins to loosen the spiral, the rotation in your waist and your hips. Remember, as we're doing this, we're keeping our shoulders over our hips and our body stacked in a column. And just shifting that weight should feel pretty good to just rotate in the torso and wake everything up. Consciously pull your abs in as you do it so that you've got the muscles engaged. Very purposely side to side. One more. And then from this, just go to a beat the drum. Let those arms relax and let your body move a little bit bigger. You can pivot and just let the arms go as they may, slapping into the back of your lower back. Just nice and loose and relax in the shoulders. Eyes following the direction you're going. Now bring that opposite arm up to your shoulder and just kind of tap yourself on the top of your shoulder. That's good. Lower back, top of shoulder. Good. Looks great, guys. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to the middle. Shake it out. Shake everything out. Nice and loose. Let's turn our toes out just a little bit. So you've got your hips here. Just come straight down, so your ankles should be underneath your hips. And I've got my toes just a little bit to the corners of the room. What I want you to do, and the wider, the less you're involving the knees. If you keep your legs close, your knees are going to jet out of your toes. And of course, I'm very conscious of the knees because of my knee issues. So I want it wide enough that when I bend, my knees aren't going way out over my toes. What I want you to do is just a little bend and up, kind of like a little plie if you've ever danced. When I do this from the side, I'm upright and my hips are opening out. So by the knees going toward the second toe, I'm stretching through that inner thigh and then open, and then use your glutes to lift yourself up. So you spread out and you use your backside to lift. So that begins to use your hip and your lower back muscles a bit. All right, just a real small, simple movement but very good for your hips and your thighs. So just bend a couple more. Good, and you should feel that right along that inner thigh. 2 more. Now on this last one, I want you to bend the knees, stay there, hold your abs and hips under, lift your left heel, bring it down, lift your right heel. So this is strengthening our calves. At the same time, you've got an isometric contraction in the top of your thighs. So just lift and lift. Little heel lifts, because we don't want to forget our feet. Sometimes I tend to forget ankles and feet till the very end. It's really important they get strong and stretched out as well. So lift. Good, let's do one more. Left and right. Now, from this position, shift to the right, lift your left toes up and just hold a little bit. You should feel that pull. Our body's still upright right now. Shift over again, pull those toes up. Hopefully you feel that in the calf and the heel. Shift over again, pull the toe up. Good stretch. Good, shift and pull those toes up. Very good. All right, so come back to the middle and do something different. I'm gonna turn sideways. So you still got that position. What I want you to do is bend the knees a bit. You got your hands on your thighs. Lean forward, stick your backside out. Knees are still soft. Weight between the arches and your heels. And just lean forward with a flat back. Toes are still turned out a little bit. Pull your abs up and in so that they support your back. So it's a little modified cat cow. Take a breath. Now just round the back. Stay in the position with your legs. Round the back, chin to the chest. Breath. Now push the chest forward and your tailbone out. So we're trying to keep the lower legs where they are, slightly bent. And you're just rounding in your spine, tuck and curl. Breath. And push out and flatten. So this should be a really good stretch on your back. Breath, and round and tuck. Breath, push and flatten. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Don't want them to squeeze up by your ears. Just round. Good, and push. And once again, round. And push. Okay. I'm turning to the front now. Let's drop your left shoulder. So I flip my hands where my thumbs are in and my fingers are back. Drop that left shoulder and turn and look. Back is still straight because I want you to feel that in the hip and across your waist and your obliques. Turn and look behind you. That helps your neck as well. Now come center, breath. And exhale, turn the other way. Should feel the stretch through your shoulder too. Breath, center. And flatten and push. So I guess when I do come back to the center, I am rounding and then pushing out. So the same as we did a minute ago, but as we round now, so as we flatten, we push and turn slightly. I hope that makes sense. So from the side, it's breath in, and then turn and push. Good, breath in and round. And exhale and push. Last one. And push. Very good. Come back to center. You're nice and rounded. I want you to go ahead and release your hands down a little bit, or at least release your head. And let your body roll forward a bit more for a little bit deeper stretch. Go your own pace where you feel comfortable. Now knees soft, hands to your thighs. Drop your seat, pull your belly button in and uncurl. One vertebrae at a time. All the way up, big breath. And down, very good. Let's get in our bow step to the right. So we're going to turn that right toe out, left forward, and shifting and back. Remembering once again, shoulders column, stacked over your hips. Good. Turn your whole body to the right as you're doing this. And I don't know, I just have a tendency to lift my toes up. I just feel like it helps me work my shins, and it gives me a little bit better range of motion or balance. So let's push and pull those waves. Let's push, pull those waves in big and push. Breath. Exhale. Exhale when you've got lots of room in your chest. Good. Breathing in and out. Just remember, do whatever feels natural and comfortable for you. Big stretch. But I want you to pull those shoulder blades together as if you were a butterfly, pulling your wings back and opening them. Good. In. Actually, I think I said it wrong, but the breath is better when the lungs are open, because that's when you can take in the most air. Push out. Let's do 2 more. Good. Now, come in this position and just close. Shifting the right toes in, shift over. All right, get your bow step for a little bit. Back and forth. Good. Now let's push. Here we go. Push. Pull those waves and push them away. Seems like we got a little bit of a beach theme going today, don't we? Waves in and out. I think we're all thinking warm, warm, warm weather. And push. Breath. Good. And that should feel so good through that upper back and the chest to stretch. Another good exercise you can do every day if you've been working with your hands, cooking, whatever you might be doing, to give a chance for that chest to open and good airflow and good stretch. Let's do a couple more. This will be our last one. Good. And back to the center. Bring that energy down. Let's lift it up and press it down. So spreading your toes out. Make sure you got a good base of support under you. Lift and down. Again. Good. Now let's shift to the left. Tap your right toe and shift right and tap left. So this is very slow. It's not like our warm-up. It's just a very slow transfer of weight so that you can kind of work a bit on your balance. All right, knees are soft, abs tight, chest open now. Now this time as we tap to the right, let's bring up our left arm and pull that knee in. Swing it around, the other one comes up, working on our golden rooster. Breath, exhale. Breath, exhale. Good. Other side. So the key is as slow and controlled as you can do this is what's going to help you improve upon your balance. So it's not like our cardio. We were doing it fast to get the heart rate up. This one we're doing slow and deliberate to work on our balance. Good. This time I want you to do 2 times with the same arm and leg. So knee in, tap down, and in. And as we go over, and your key is to tap with control and lift. So that's what we're working on. That's why we're practicing. In and tap. Good. Breath. Good. The more control we can have, the better our balance will be and more stable we'll be in all the surroundings and day-to-day life. Good. Last time. Good. Now we're going to go from this. Come over and just take that left leg in front of you and then come over and right. So as we're standing here, there's no weight on your front leg. Because we're going to go from our golden rooster to our needle at the bottom of the C. So as we go to the left, right leg's out, left arm is up, lean over, and just let those fingertips swirl as if you were swirling on the surface of the water. Then lift up. And let's go the other side. And down. And just swirl. And lift. Stepping left. Left arm up, right arm down. And swirl. I'm going to turn this music down just a bit. Keep going. Got loud on me. Good. Now the other side. Very good. And last time, each way. Lift up. And the other side. And down. Very good. Come back to the center. Breath up. Both arms lift. Energy down. Let's be that beautiful flying hawk, eagle. So let that energy lift underneath your wings. Lift you. Help you feel light and strong. Good. Now this time, let's bring our palms up and just sink that energy down. Very good. Hands on your thighs. I'm going to let you round over and then push and press out once again, flat back. Kind of straighten down the back of your legs. Abs pulled in. Good, good stretch. Good. Now go ahead and fold your body over as best you're comfortable. Go as far as you're comfortable. Let it fold. Now eyes open, knees soft, and slowly curl up. You can use your hands to assist you as you uncurl. Very good. Right shoulder. I want you to just do a couple of shoulder rolls for me before we get our bands and start to work our arms a bit more. Side to side. Now add the elbow as if you were doing a little backstroke. Good. Now let's reverse it. So first just the right shoulder forward and then the left. Right and left. Then add the elbow. It's a little bit different movement when you add the elbow. Kind of like a forward stroke, I guess. Again, keeping with our water and swimming beach theme. Very good. One more time. And before we do our bands, I'm going to do one more rotation in the trunk. Take your hands, place them in the small of your back, with your chest opens, knees are soft, and I've got my feet slightly turned out. And it's called Beautiful Woman Turns Her Waist, a Qigong move. What you're going to do is just start to the right, and then just let your head make an itty bitty little circle around your tailbone. So start small. The reason your hands are back there is to help support your back. Think when you go back of lifting the chest up and looking up instead of sinking down in your back. So just a nice little easy rotation. Doesn't have to be big, shouldn't be really big right now. We're just making sure our hips and lower back and abs are nice and loosened up. Now let's reverse it the other way. So whichever way you went, just go the opposite, chest up. Good, loosen up those hips. Good. And we'll do a few more in this direction. It should feel good. So if you're not feeling good, do a little bit less of a range of motion. One more. Good. And just lean over, hang, and curl up. All right, so I think we're good and loosened up. Let's grab our band. And we're going to start with the little finger and the ends, then flip the palms up and under, and then over. So we flip over, you've got lots of room here in your band. And what this basically does is tighten it. You can do it like this if you want. I just prefer the band, so I feel like I've got, less flopping around and a little more control. Once again, a good solid base. I turn my toes out so I can squeeze my glutes, keep the chest open. Start with the arms down low. Push out slightly, hold, and release. That's it. You're just opening, hold, and release. So breath, exhale, hold 1, 2, 3, and release. When you release, don't let it completely come to slack. Keep tension. So right now we're really focusing on the sides of the neck, across the shoulder, and the upper back. So your lower body is held tight, glute squeeze. Breath, push out, subtle move. But as you can feel, those muscles are pretty weak. Breath, push, hold 1, 2, 3, and release. Now, if you want to breathe, count with me as you push out, hold 1, 2, 3, and release. That way I know for sure that you're breathing. Press, hold out 1, 2, 3, and release. I know it's not comfortable, but it's a real important group of muscles we need to strengthen. 2, 3, release. Last one, push out, hold 1, 2, 3, and release. All right, we'll relax the shoulders a bit. So now we're gonna do that same thing up. Up is not over your head. Up is slightly forward with your shoulders down. Don't do this. That's too big of a range of rotation in your shoulders. So right here is good. Okay, shoulders down, breath, push out, hold 1, 2, 3, and release. Rest in between, breath. Exhale 1, 2, 3, and release. If you get tired, stop and rest in between. That's perfectly fine. Breath. Exhale, push out, hold 1, 2, 3, release. Breath. Exhale 1, 2, 3, release. Okay, let's do 2 more. Breath. Exhale, hold 1, 2, 3, release. Last one. Here we go. Breath. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to hold there and we're going to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, release and relax those shoulders. So this is really important for all along here and underneath the bra. Those are called your rhomboids and the trapezius and your deltoids. You got all kinds of great names of muscles in your upper back and shoulder. All right, arms up again. This time, elbows are softened. Take your right arm slightly to the right. And what I want you to do is release the left so that now the knot in your fingers are down here. All right, if this shoulder gets tired, bring it down and out and then choke up. But what we're gonna do is a tricep movement. So I've got this here, I've got the elbow right by my side, and I am going to choke up because I don't think I have enough tension otherwise. And all I want you to do is straighten the arm and bend the elbow in. Don't move your upper shoulder. Extend and bend. Keep your wrist straight. And again, if this shoulder's tired, you're actually doing some isometric work, you can bring it down and do this. So you've got options for working within the way that your body needs it. And release, good. So just keep pressing down and release. And yes, you're gonna feel that right shoulder is stabilizing you and it's gonna get tired. Hang tight, we're not doing too many more. Let's try 4. Bring it in, 3. Good, 2. Hang in there. Last one. All right, I want you to rest for a second because then we're gonna do some pulses. Your right shoulder is feeling it too, isn't it? We're working the back of this arm and this shoulder is stabilizing and holding you. And like I said, you can bring it over, bring it down, whatever, if you need to rest the opposite shoulder. Okay, let's try 8 little pulses. Same arm. Here we go. We're gonna now press 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right. So now guess what? We got the other side. So get your right arm free, and you've got your little handle for your left. Got it up. And once again, modify as you need to get the safest yet most efficient workout for you. So I'm choking up a bit on my band, elbow by my side, extend and bend. Extend and bend. Good. This is getting the tricep, the back of your upper arm. Working on getting you ready for short sleeve weather. How about that? And push. And push. Good. All right, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and let's do 2 more after that because I think I undercounted. 2 and 1. All right, just relax for a second. All right. So one side's going to always feel easier than the other, right? Okay, so let's do our quick pulses. Here we go. Elbow by your side. Let's pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! And relax. Okay. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. We're good. All right, let's put that band behind our backs now. We'll work a little bit of chest and back this way. And then I'm going to save some others for when we're seated in the chair. So good solid base under you. My toes are a little bit turned out. Thumbs and ends are forward. And just punch and punch. Now right now to start out with, I want you to punch with minimal rotation in your waist. So just punch, just using your chest and keeping your core still as best you can. Good, just punch and punch. Good. And let's do 4 and 3, set of 2 and 1. Very good. Now go a little deeper, legs nice and wide, so that you got a good stance. This time I want you to rotate. So punch to the corner of the room. Now my hips are still, and my waist is turning. So push, good. Keep your lower body very stable and push. So we're working our core, our abs and our waist, squeezing your glutes so that you've got good solid base under you, and you're working your chest muscles, your pecs, as well as your abs and your core. So go at whatever tempo is comfortable for you, keeping your wrists straight. And last 4, 3, 2. Now let's add a pivot and a lift. So we're going to bend as we go to the left. Pivot and right. So we're pivoting on the leg that we're lifting. Push, push. Still keeping your shoulders over your hips. So don't lean forward, keep stacked. Good. Make that rotation a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper in the hips. Pressing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn to the right and just punch your arms out 4 quick times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch where you're going. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick little punches. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Push forward and then open. Stretch your chest. Don't arch your back. Keep your hips forward. And just open. Come in. Breath. Exhale. Stretch. And what we're doing is stretching the chest that we just worked and squeezing those back muscles. Very good. And release. All right. Bring it. Shake it out. I'm going to save some of our band for when we sit down. But get your chair. We'll do a couple of hip things before we do sit down. So put the chair on the right side. So we're going to work the left leg first. All right, shifting all your weight into your right leg. I want you to push your heel forward and then toe side and toe back. So as I'm doing this, I'm not want to lean, don't want to lean and press into that right hip, but you want to keep it level. Heel, toe, side, together. Heel, toe out. Notice when my toe is out, my knee and toe are forward. I'm not turned out like this. So I don't want you to turn out. I want you to keep it forward and then take it back and together. All right, heel, toe front, toe back, together. All right, that was 2. Let's do 2 more. Heel and toe, toe back, together. Last one, heel, toe, back, together. Now, let's heel forward, lift the leg a bit. Now, at this point, you can point that toe. Supporting knee soft. I just want you to do a little bitty circle off the ground. Come in with the knee. Forward, semicircle around, knee in. See, we're doing it without touching the floor, without lifting that hip up too much. So keep that hand there. Remind you to keep your hip down. Do 2 more. Toe, side, back, knee in. This is the last one. Toe, side, back, knee in. Now release and shake your other leg because it sometimes gets tired. So we're going to do it now the opposite, but I'm only going to do it 1 set of 4, and we're going to do it off the floor. Okay. So weight in your right leg, lift your left, push back, and this time you push back, make it a heel, and you may want to lean a little bit. It's fine. And then toe to the side, toe to the front, pull in, push back, toe side, front, and in. Push, back, front, and in. Push, point side, front, and in. Let's do 1 more because I'm not sure that that was 3 or 4. This may be 5. That's all right. All right. Now, go on the other leg. I'm going to turn my chair, however you need to do it. Okay, so we're standing equally with weight distributed on both feet. We're shifting all the weight into the left leg. And let's take our right heel front, toe side, toe back, together. So you want to think of pulling up your torso, side, back, together. 2 more on the floor, side, back, together. Last one, heel, side, back, together. Okay, that was 4. Now we're going to do it in the air. So lift, heel, toe to the side, toe to the back, pull the knee in. Heel, toe, back, pull it in. Heel, toe, back, pull it in. Last one, heel, toe side, toe back, pull it in, and release, shake it out. Now we're going to go back 4 times. Remember, when we go back, push the heel, and you will see, I know you saw, when I go back, I always lean a little bit. By leaning a little bit, it keeps me from overarching my back. But then the minute I come to the side, stand back up tall, okay? So just try that. All right, knee up, heel back, side, front, knee in. Heel back, point side, front, and in. Heel back, side, front, and in. Again, heel back, side, front, and in. Good job. Good job. Okay. Don't really want to stretch our hip flexors right now standing because we're going to be doing some more stuff seated, and then I want to really get a good stretch. So we're going to do some seated stuff, then we'll stand back up, stretch our quadriceps before we end class. So I want you to have your chair. I'm going to turn sideways at first because we're going to do our abs, and we're going to work on standing and getting back up. So standing in front of your chair, which I haven't done this a couple of classes. Make sure your chair is back there. Leg hip distance apart. Don't have your feet too close to the chair because you're going to be in trouble with the bend before you start. So far enough forward. If you need your hand back there to help you, you know where the chair is. You're going to hinge at the hip as if we were doing our little cat-cow stretch. And then go ahead and use your hands or on the chair or let them hang, whichever's best for you, and lower yourself with as much control as you can to your chair. Try to do that with weight in the heels and out of your knees. So you're using your thighs and the bone in your lower leg to lift you up. And that way it takes it out of your knees. So to stand, lean. Now you also can put your hands on the chair or you can have them hang. Okay, everybody's got different levels, so work at your own level. Lean forward. Make sure that weight is in your heels. You see, I even lift my toes to overemphasize that. And then hinge and use the power and strength of your quads to stand up. All right, let's repeat that at least 4 more times, okay? So lean, because I think the more you do it and can work on your control, the stronger you're going to get. And let's lean and stand up. All right, remember when you stand up, push your hip a little bit forward, stretch out those hip flexors. Okay, hinge and down and lean forward and up. And as you lean forward, push that weight in your heels. 2 more, we got this. Down and lean forward and up. Good. 1 more, let's go down. And let's stand up. Very good. This time, you can stay seated. Okay, now let's sit in the middle of the chair, having clearance to the back of the chair. Let's take the band, and for right now, we'll just lay it over our thighs. And open your legs a little further out in front of you. What that'll do is, you'll see in a minute. And just lean back in your chair. Now, don't round and slump, nor do I want you to have a real straight, stiff back. A gentle curve in your abs so that you're engaging your abdominal muscles. And feet are relaxed, yet, you know, they have good support on the floor. In this position, chest is open, imagining that there's a plumb line from your sternum lifting you up. Breath. Now from that plumb line, I want you to lift your body up to a tall position, chest open. Take a breath. Now think now of a string coming in from your belly button, rounding and pushing you into the back of the chair, and release. So breath, then exhale as you come up. Breath, and exhale, pull your belly button in and round down. So this is a way of doing some abdominal curls without laying on the floor. Don't have as good resistance against gravity if you were laying on the floor, but for those that are uncomfortable with doing so, this is a great alternative and a little bit safer one. Now this time, hold your arms out, round and come up. See, that's a little bit easier, I think. Breath, exhale and down. Now bring your hands to your shoulders. And your elbows can be relaxed, but if they're up, it's a little bit more challenging. Take a breath, pull the belly button in and lift up. Breath, and exhale, come down. Now try this one. Place your hands on top of your head. Breath, use your belly button and round and come up. Breath, and exhale and down. Again, breath, round and come up. Breath. Exhale down and release. Now, let's take our band and place it behind your chair. Depending on the chair you have, it may slide up and down a bit. So if it doesn't work for your chair, it's just added resistance. So you can do it with or without. But if you can get it securely around your chair, that gives you a little extra resistance. Now, when you add the band, be real cautious, not cautious, but be real aware that with the resistance, if your abs are weak, your legs, your thighs are going to want to take over and lift you up. You want to really focus on relaxing your hip flexors and your legs on the floor. So the band, just wrap it between your sternum and your belly button. Take a breath. Then exhale, pull up. See the resistance? Breath. Now slowly pull the belly button and resist against the band pulling you down. Breath. Exhale, resist and come up. Breath. Exhale, resist and come down. So we're doing these slow so you can really focus on feeling those ab muscles doing the work. Breath. Exhale, pull up, relax your legs. Breath. And exhale, curl down. Good job. Let's do a few more at this tempo. Exhale, curl up. I just want you to really feel your legs relax so that all the work is just coming right here in your abs. One more. You could hear that in my voice because when I'm pulling my abs in, it's pushing against my diaphragm. Then exhale and release down. Now, let's do 8 with one breath and an exhale. So whereas we're doing 2, we're going to go to 1. So these will be like little single repetitions. So what we do is breathe. And I want you to count with me. That way, you know you got it. We're going to do 8. So we're going to go 1 to 8. Breath. Exhale, 8 and down. 7, release. 6. So you inhale, exhale 7, exhale 8. Did we get there already? It doesn't seem like very many unless I counted wrong. Let's do 4 more. Breath and 4, then 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Take your band now. We're going to work the obliques. So we're going to do twists. So hold the arms out. Lift your left shoulder to your right knee and turn and come back to the center, keeping resistance on the band as you turn. So exhale, center. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Side to side. I'm kind of touching between my wrist and my elbow. You can touch your hand. You can do your elbow, whatever your range of motion helps and is best for you to do. Just breathe in and out. Squeeze. You should really feel this in your waist. I'm hoping. Good. Other way. And so let's do last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Release the band. Come up. I want you to set up in the middle of the chair. And now round over and stretch your back out. Because even though we're using the abs, the back is going to assist and it's going to get tight. So we want to stretch it out. Excuse me. Good stretch. Now, if you want to walk your hands over to the outside of your left leg, and you'll feel a little deeper pull in your right hip. And then just walk your hands over to the outside of the right leg. And back to the center. And eyes open, put your hands wherever you need to assist and slowly curl up. And the next exercise, the reason I didn't want to stretch out our legs standing is this is working your hip flexor, but it also works power in your hip, your whole leg. So I'm gonna stay to the side. I would like you to lift your left or right leg, whichever you like. And I wanted you to place the band underneath the arch of your foot. So don't do it over the ball of your foot because it might come off. We don't want that. So we have two exercises we're going to do with this. So exercise number one, set up tall about the middle of your chair, your legs lifted, and I've got my band with my thumbs toward my foot, okay? Great upper back exercise, breath. Just going to pull it in underneath your arms and release. 7, release. 6, 5, 4, upper back all the way. 3, 2, and 1. So that is an upper back exercise. Now, pull the band in, just kind of hold it by your belly button, by your core. Soften, go ahead and put your back, go ahead and go to the back of the chair, okay? We're going to pull the knee in. Now, make some resistance, tighten up the band if you need to, all right? We're gonna do a leg press, basically. Push out, release in. Now, my foot is flexed, and I've got the band all the way over the arch and even a little bit toward my heel. So pull in and out, you're pulling the knee in and pushing. And when you push, you should feel it in the hip too. So in your quad, the top of your thigh, and in your hip, strengthening those legs and in. Good, let's do 4 more. I think that was about 8. So we'll do a total of 12. 2 and 1. And release. All right, now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to show you. Pretend that my chair is facing you, even though I'm not going to move my chair, it's going to move my body. All right, so my outstretched leg, I want to put the band in the same arm as leg to the outside of that foot. You see what I'm doing? Very good. All right, so we're going to work the inner thigh. So just hold, and if you need both hands, if that helps you, that's perfectly fine. Because it's a little bit of resistance here. We're going over the midline of the body and release. We're squeezing in. This is to help strengthen the inner thighs. We do a lot for the outer thighs, but this helps strengthen the inner thighs. So you're just taking the arch to the other leg. All right. Squeeze over. Let's do 4 more. That should be 8. 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Very good. And relax and let that stretch. And probably right now, you are feeling it in the hip. Stay right where you are. I'm going to turn my chair so that I've got the other leg facing front. You don't have to turn your chair. Just doing that for observation purposes. All right. So we've got the back against the chair. Extend that leg. Wrap the band again around the arch or the heel. Now do something a little bit different with the arms because, you know, we did pulling back like that. This time I want you to turn the thumbs to the ends, set up tall. So now my palms and the inside of my forearm is facing up. I'm going to open out and in. This is working the same muscle groups that we worked in the very beginning when we were bringing it down over our heads, except it's working the deltoid in your shoulder just a little bit differently, which helps strengthen all those muscles in there. You know, people have rotator cuff issues. This helps to strengthen those tendons and ligaments. Open out. Let's do 4 more. It's a little bit different. 3, 2, good job. Last one. Very good. All right, release the legs so that now you can turn your thumbs back down towards your foot and the end towards your little finger. And we can get ready to do our leg press again. So legs out. I'm going to choke up a bit as I pull it in, hold the elbows by my side. And let's press out and in. 2 and in. 3 and in. 4. Good. 5 and in. 6 in. 7. Exhale, 8. We're going to do 4 more. 4 and 3. 2 and 1. Very good. Now take the band into the same hand as leg. And again, if you need to use both hands, you can. I'm just putting my hand around the chair because I turned sideways in my chair. But you can hold it perfectly fine here. All right. And let's squeeze in and release. 7. Working those inner thighs. 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2. Good job. Last one. Last exercise. Yay. And release. Good job. Okay, let's do stand up. Because the minute you stand up and you push those hips forward, you feel the tightness there. And that's what we're wanting to stretch out. So I'm going to get behind my chair, however you need to do. Good. What I want you to do is let's do that first one. I really like that rounded back stretch. Just feet together, knees bent. Just push against your chair, push your tailbone back, and just let your body stretch out. Wonderful, good stretch in the back. Very good. Walk forward and curl. Standing right by your chair. Let's take your right leg. Now, you got a couple of options. Grab your pant leg, your shoe, use your band, or as we've talked about before, press your hip forward with the knee on the chair and let's stretch the quad. Now, not only are we stretching the front of the leg, but we're also stretching the hip by pushing that hip forward and just hold it and let it stretch. Nice, big, long stretch. Good. Stretching isn't something you can hurry along. You got to give a chance for the message to get from the muscle to the brain, to relax, and then get back to the muscle and give it a chance to stretch out. Now release that one, and let's do the other side. Bring that leg up, or use the band, or use the chair. Good. Pushing that hip forward, so you got a nice deep, deep stretch through your hip. Good job. Now release that. Stand back from your chair for a minute. Take your right foot forward with it flexed. So now all the weight's on my left foot. And I want to push my hip out so that you can feel a nice stretch down the back of your leg from your heel to your hip. So it's just a nice, easy way to stretch the back of your leg standing. And just roll that foot forward, step forward with the other leg, step back with that one, toe up, and set back as if you were setting into your imaginary chair. Push your hip out, pull your toes up, and let the back of that leg stretch. Good. Roll the foot forward and come up. Let's go ahead and set back down. Let your body just relax. Setting deep in your chair. Breath up. And exhale, pull that energy down. Let yourself begin to settle in. Feel the heaviness maybe of your legs. how deep you're setting in your chair, letting the body and the muscles begin to just relax. Feel the energy pushing out the bad energy or the things that you don't need, and bringing in all that good healing light, healing oxygen, blood flowing freely head to toe, muscles having been worked so they now are rich with blood and oxygen, working the most efficiently and effective way. Good. Now just scoop that energy up. Turn and push away. Pull the shoulders back and around and bring them across the top of your legs. Push in. Exhale, push it away. And let the arms just hang by your side. Let your feet rest comfortably. You just feel heavy in your seat. Tilting right ear to the right shoulder. What this does is stretch across that left shoulder. Do it without rolling the shoulders forward. Keep them down and stacked over your hips. Now just drop your chin and your nose down. And go ahead and roll it in a semicircle to the other shoulder. So now your left ear is to your left shoulder, right shoulder's down, nose is toward me. Good. So let that neck stretch the right side. And now roll the head forward again. And sit up tall. Lift your back off the back of the chair and turn to the right as if you were backing out of your driveway. You need to turn and look and make sure there's nothing back there. Lifting the spine straight. Turn your neck, your shoulders, your waist. Now release, come center, and make sure nothing is behind you the other way. Just wrap, lift, and turn. Very good. And back to the center, relaxing back into your chair. Imagine you have a pencil on the tip of your nose. Draw a little quarter-sized circle by just rotating the neck. This is very good for rotation. Keep your neck limber, but without dropping it too far back that it might not be good for your cervical vertebrae. All right, let's go the other way. It's nice little circles. Can look up and down, but it should feel good on your neck. And then the last one, chin pulls in, push the back of the wall. Even if you want to place your hands there, to imagine you were pushing against the back of your hands. Do so, keep your chin down and release, strengthening those muscles in the back of your neck from being overstretched. Release, let's do a third one. Push that chin in and back of the head to the back wall. Release. Last little things I want to loosen up are our fingers and our toes. So move your fingers and your wrist all around like you're conducting an orchestra, playing the piano. Shake them out. Open and stretch your fingers wide. Just close a bit, not a tight fist, but emphasize stretching and pushing those fingers open. Any way that each day you can think of doing things that help stretch your palm, that's going to keep your fingers more mobile. Also, pressing forward helps the wrist. So keep that in mind. And now let's circle that right ankle. And reverse. Good, especially having used the band, you put a little resistance against your feet. Shake it out, wiggle your toes, make sure it all feels awake. And now the other one. Circle one way and the other. Keeping those feet strong and supple. And wiggle the toes, stretch them out. Very good. Okay, close your eyes. Let your body sink into your chair. Turn the palms to the sky. Breathe in and then exhale slowly. So the goal would be to exhale twice as slowly as you breathe in. Breath in. Exhale. Each breath, new life, new beginning, new energy, healing light. Each exhale, push that healing light and energy through your body and out your pores. All the anxiety gone, tension, pain, push it away. As you breathe in and out, if there's an area of your body that's feeling particularly uncomfortable or painful, focus on that as you exhale and visualize that pain going out of your knee or your shoulder or your elbow. Breath in, push it away. Heaviness of your body as it sinks into the chair, and yet the lightness of your body as each cell is full of oxygen and rich blood, working its best to make you strong, healthy, more energy, helps motivate you to move more and accomplish more each and every day. Bring your arms up, breath, hands together, palms to heart, prayer hands. Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful day. Each day is different. We know that each day is a new beginning and a new chance to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly do. And we want our version of ourselves to be in your image as we try to do the things that you would have us do, showing love, kindness, and patience, and being a servant to others through our prayers and our actions and our words. Be with those who are suffering through sickness, illness, loss of loved ones, and also those recently and currently experiencing discomfort and struggle in the weather. Let them turn to you and know that you're there with them. You'll see them through, and we will all come out as better people on the other side. Be with us as we do your work each and every day. Amen. All right. How is everyone?